Welcome back to the Middle-earth project, and this one, I have a feeling, will be a big one. We've got the war coming up with the Kingdom of Dunedain. Nothing else we can really do to avoid it at this point, so build ourselves up a little bit, play it safe, careful. Maybe we can even fabricate some claims elsewhere. I don't think we've really got the Diplo range for it. We might have to work around the back of Harad, like I said last episode, up into Rune. They're pretty worrying, being right there. So, what else did we have that was wrong with the game? As you might remember, Sauron disappeared. I've put him back where he belongs. The dev recommended I give him back Barad-dûr for a start, give him back the kingdoms that he lost, but also change it to Orc culture, just so we get some Orc spawning instead of Umbar. Understandable. So Sauron's back in his tower. You know, he's taken on a few Orcish tendencies here and there, but besides that, he's back in place. Can we get the One Ring? Probably not. I'm going to be honest. There is the decision, the Middle-earth decision now. We need 1,000 gold. Is it worth it? Is it better invested elsewhere? I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. I think we should at least give it a go once, just so we can say that we've done it, just so we can see the outcome of it as well. Okay, wow, I wasn't expecting that. One of our vassals just randomly grabbed a nomad province then, nomad agitation. I think we can safely ignore that. The Duke of Ashur. So this is the guy I just granted some titles to, because we were over our title limit there, and obviously we grabbed those up at the end of the last episode. He's just went and grabbed the desert for us, which is awesome. Now, normally the way you get over nomad agitation is by building a holding there. Unless we construct a castle or city in the following counties, they'll revert to nomad control in succession. Because we can't, I'm going to assume this is the way the devs are using it to reflect a desert. So we claim, you know, dominion over the desert, but there's no actual, you know, meaningful province or anything there that we can build up. So that'll just be lost when this guy eventually dies or has a son and it passes back to us or is heir. So that's an interesting mechanic. However, as it stands now, I'm going to assume it counts as a regular border so we can move along and conquest places. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's what we wanted to see. Right, what about you? We have another, oh god, another 6 years before we can declare war on the great Emperor of Harad there. So I think, as Bana, this seems like a good place to go and take out very quickly. Is that Icta government? Oh, Haradrim government. Right, so it's Icta, but for Middle-earth, I suppose, in terms of flavour there. So why don't we just go ahead and conquest this straight away? Carpe diem, you know, that guy could drop down dead at any moment. We'll lose control of the desert, that type of thing. I feel like, whilst we've got our troops also basically at pretty decent levels right now, I don't think we're going to lose too many during this war. It's probably best to take advantage of it, right? So let's do that. Now, this is not going to give us much, but again, it's about retaining control in adjacent provinces. Because if we lost this desert, we wouldn't be able to attack into Harad, essentially. Or at least we've missed out on a lot of these provinces in Harad. We'd only be able to attack from this area here. And if the Dunedain snatch that up, we are then trapped completely behind the Dunedain. So we do want to get, as I've said many times, my favourite metaphor, a foot in the door here. So that we're keeping control of that. So we probably don't want to cross the desert. Then there's no... Oh, there is supply. 14k's worth of supply in a desert. It's pretty impressive. Then again, I suppose it's just a straight line, isn't it? You know, a desert doesn't really have much in terms of... terrain or anything like that. Just send yourself some camels over. Yeah, problem solved. That's my headcanon. To the just are Gimlikad. Blessings upon you and your house. We propose that this, my granddaughter, my bastard granddaughter, and this dude marry. It's a revolt. What a bill? A bill? What is a bill? Oh, like the weapon, a bill, like a long bill. Right, I see. Okay. I'm gonna decline that just in case we end up ever needing to declare war for this dude's provinces. So maybe not. Let's take a look here. Singolo, whatever, Thrift. It's my grandson? Interesting, okay. Right, and we can also create... Oh, we're old. 120, we're getting old. So I'd assume that's the equivalent of being, say, 50 in the base game, because that's when you get the older face pack. That sort of implies that we've maybe got another 40 years, at most, as a Numenorium, between, you know, 30, 40 years, I'd say, on average. So, got to be careful here. We can make the Kingdom of Belakar, we just need another little bit of gold there, and we are making profit with all our troops raised, so we should be able to afford that by the end of this war, actually. Nice. That'll make us a double king now. The question is, are they Gavelkind? I'm going to assume... No, that one's not, at least. Although, if we make this title, will that one... Oh, sorry, the kingdom there. How does this one inherit? Do we not know until we've made it? I don't make a title that's going to be Gavelkind. Although saying that one Gavelkind title, one primogeniture title is fine. They'll in theory both pass to our son there. Do we even have any other valid heirs? We don't have any other sons. Our other son died off. We've got a grandson on that side of the tree, but the heirs of the children of our first son here will obviously inherit prior to that. And he's got an absolute shit ton of kids. Wow. Holy shit. 19 living members. Well, some of these have got to be good. What about our great-grandson? Let's find him. That's our son. Our grandson came out very mediocre. Isn't married yet. Is it worth setting this up in advance? Because we've got to remember, we're going to be living until like 140, roughly. So, we're going to probably want to set up in advance, because I don't know, is it worth it? Nah, we'll deal with that later. I'm just spitballing that maybe we want to play as, if we want to specifically try and aim to play as a young character, as I've done with some game mechanics in, say, After the End, and in other mod packs that we've played. I quite like playing the younger characters, because obviously it gives you longer years to do things, get that long reign bonus eventually. If we're going to do that, we need to focus on educating our great-great-grandchildren, you know, things like that. And that's not ideal. Oh, we've also got a plot to kill someone, by the way. Completely forgot about that. We had a plot to kill the dude who owned the desert. However, I suppose I can go ahead and cancel that now. We don't really need to kill him anymore. We already have the desert. Whoops. My mistake. Never mind. Okay, let's merge these troops together. We should be leading. We've got our brother on that. Our son on that flank. Sorry, easy mistake to make, obviously. Now, what are our important decisions? We can improve our singing, our healing. That's it. Again, I think we maybe want to make this kingdom level title first. And that, I'm going to assume, is Gavelkind, isn't it? Because the game heard me say that. No, it's Primo as well. Awesome, right. All of our titles are going to pass down with no issues then. Excellent. Double Kingdom gives us a little bit of prestige. De jure claims, assume we lose any of it. Not that I think we ever will at this point. Seeing as that one was our most southerly kingdom, we'll take the Kingdom of Men a lot longer to get there. Let's just say the Kingdoms of the Dunedain. And again, I don't think Harad are ever going to be able to launch a counter-attack, no matter how sort of fortified they get, assuming we're developing at the same level. Just feel like we've got an inherent advantage over them at this point. So, this is going to take a long time to get there. Holy shit. This is going to take ages to get there. It is quite a big desert to be in. What is the distance between, say, 461, just to put that into perspective, the distance between our capital and its neighbouring province is 26. Yeah, that's a hell of a distance. That would be the equivalent of our capital to, say, 461. Holy shit. We would almost be able to get to Mordor for that, suffice to say. Yeah, 483 there just on the entrance to Mordor. Crazy. Alright, where are our troops? We're not even taking damage in the desert. Like we said, we had an attrition of... Oh, sorry, a supply of 14k there. That's insane. No, you're not marrying my granddaughter. I know what you're trying to do. You're not either. Get out. They're really trying to keep me on side, aren't they? Going for that non-aggression pact there if possible. I pray to the powers that Gimilzor will recover. That's our son, isn't it? My son. Are you okay? My case of the pneumonia, I'm afraid. I pray to the powers that Gimlor will recover from his pneumonia. Alright. Let's go. I know it's pronounced pneumonia. Before I get the comment, the inevitable comment saying it's pronounced pneumonia, I know, we're good. Alright, do we want to hunt down their armies first? Yeah, probably before they escape. Oh, never mind. Well, we're not going to catch them. It's probably not worth disappearing that far into the wilderness there. 36% already. That's pretty nice. Who is this guy? The chief of Rahanvion. Wow. Okay. They're tributaries to the current king of Mirkwood there, Orifer. So again, that's Legolas's grandfather. Legolas does not exist. Instead, he has been replaced by a bear. Legolas is... yeah, Legolas doesn't exist. Instead, a bear was born in his place. Understandable. Bear, culture, bear. Real shame he's not within Diplo range. Otherwise, we can have him educate our children and have bear courtiers spawn. One of my favourite things to do. Not possible, though. Too far away. This dude I don't mind. He seems like a fairly alright ally to have. So, absolutely. Why him? Northman? And Northrons. I don't know why he would just randomly ask. Okay, weird. Not a problem, obviously. And we are at war with Asbania here, so we do need to hit their capital. There's me thinking we need to go for Harad, but not entirely... Oh, hang on. I think we've got him. No. So we kind of want to wait till they're actually in that province, because the distance between these two is much shorter, or much longer, I should say, than the distance between us and their capital. Take out the capital and move back in, and they should be trapped. They shouldn't be able to escape from that. Oh, they can. Okay, what if we loop around? He's done it. Right, we've got another peasant revolt to deal with in a second. It's just... We didn't actually have to fight that battle. I just wasted some troops there, but that's fine. You know what? I will take the, Oh, Umbar is long. I'll take the free prestige from that. Who are we after here? Oh, shit. It's all the way over the other side of the desert again. Hang on. This is our territory. We just put the... Oh, if we put the troops down now, though, because we have enemy... Oh, no, it's fine. Really? I thought rebellions had the same effect, whereby if you put troops down... as there is an enemy province in some of your provinces, then you lose your troops. But I guess not. I didn't realize rebellions didn't affect that, although that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because they're a rebellion within your own realm. Wouldn't quite be fair. Alright, let's go ahead and... We'll get these troops up here. Yeah, that'll do. That's not a bad place for them to meet up. Now, our retinue's got to cross the desert, unfortunately. We can't really rely on them too much. They are very, very powerful, though. We saw the round prosper, which I believe you get for being at peace for 5 years. We are a very peaceful kingdom, and we've never done war once. Don't know why that happened. Huh. Weird. Okay. We won't question it too much. It's good. It's a nice buff. It increases prosperity, so that's pretty good for us. There are our retinues. They're dying to attrition. I love it when that happens. Right. Let's head south. And that should be that dealt with. Then we want to probably, again, build up some gold for a little bit, because we've been spending a lot of money just paying for troop upkeep, things like that. Right, let's get the retinues back to the capital. Now, what have we got? Our marshal. I was going to say maybe I had him on organize the army to reduce the retinue cost. Not worth it at all, because we don't have a significant enough retinue for that to be the case. You need to be on collect tax instead. Although oversea construction is nice. I think I'd prefer the tax at this point, just to give us options if we wanted to take any of those intrigue decisions. Oh, and look at that. Enemy rulers are planning to invade Duke Nolondil of Fornos. Where is he? All the way up in Arnor again. Let's not worry about it. You know, we've been at 1 for... What have we been? 1 for 2 on those invasions actually firing right now, so I think we'll wait and see. We won't believe the game on that one. Personal guard, you'd assume that you'd want... You'd assume you'd want someone with High Marshal, so we'll assign our grandson as a personal guard. That seems pretty appropriate. Good way to get him some experience, eh? Commander, pretty good. 19, wow, okay. Auto-assign commanders is off. I don't know how we've ended up with such shitty commanders. That might have been me forgetting to switch them over. There we go, much nicer. 32, 18, 19, they're good commanders, and 20 there right at the bottom as well. Nomad agitation, I'm just going to disable it, because I don't think there are any other provinces that applies to besides the desert. So, not really too important. Right, how long before we can declare war on Harad? We have raised army levies. As I was saying, how long until we can declare war on Harad? Great question. Let's take a look. 30, 83, 71. So we've got 2 years left on our truce with Harad. We've got a duchy there we can make. Not too relevant, I don't think. I would only actively make that duchy if we needed to tidy up some vassals, if we were over our limit or something like that. Vassal levies raised too long. I didn't realize we were that type of government, eh? Right. What do we want then? Low centralization. Do we want to potentially... double the amount of women, or people we can put on the council, sorry, by giving women full status? Would be very nice. I think that centralization would be better, seeing as we're nowhere near close to our vassal limit, but we are at our domain limit, and I'd like to control more lands for ourselves, personally. So, let's go for the centralization. Obviously, maximum centralization, very useful as well. Let's take that. Besides that, we haven't really got much to do in terms of laws. Tech points are looking good. We're at level 5 military, level 5 construction, level 5 legalism. All the best ones are at the bottom. That's just common CK2 knowledge there. Go on a tour would be good. I feel like we've sort of missed the mark on that one. Our characters are probably a little bit too old for that to be relevant. Need to be focusing on building up these keeps, these garrison houses, because they're the ones that give the levy size a little bit nerfed, as I say, compared to the base game. A little bit more balanced, I would argue. You know, not just in terms of gameplay balance itself, but that they all give a fairly balanced result. So this is not just giving 10% levy size compared to the base game. It gives us a little bit of tax back, gives us technology spread rate, garrison size. Seems more appropriate, you know. I do like that. It's a much better idea. I've always been a fan of any mods that expand on the ridiculous building system that is CK2, because the base game buildings, really, really lackluster, which is why I generally always play with Flogi's tech mod. Not really relevant to this, doesn't make much sense lore-wise, which is why I've obviously not touched it, but very nice to see that that's a decent amount of effort has been put into that. Your vassal, Kohurin of Barazon, is concerned about his non-inheriting sons. Do we want to sell the Lordship of Nicaea, which is all the way down there, for 200 gold? I'm going to say absolutely not, because I would quite like to retain those taxes myself in the long run. It's probably a much better play, I'd say. So, oh, what have we got here? Another marriage quest. Not today, thank you. We want to build a war chest. What do we mean for that? It's 700 of Ruling Kingdom. Whew. Might take a while. Right. Not much longer. 6 more months, and then we can go to war with Harad again. The Dunedain, I don't think, are gonna really mess with us too much. Who is this? Oh, it's Elander's son, in fact. Isildur was slain by Sauron in personal combat. Huh. So, in an alternate world where he missed, let's pretend, with Narsil, and just straight up died. Sauron was apparently banished after that. Weird. Okay, sure. Does Narsil still exist? It does. Is he on the coast? That's the important question. Nope, far from it. He's right smack bang in the middle of Arnor there. a little bit annoying. Not a big deal, though. I only wanted him to be in the middle there so we could actually go raid him. What about this dude here? I keep forgetting we can raid, actually. I need to internalize it because we're, you know, feudal, relatively stable empire in terms of how we're playing. You know, it's a little bit confusing to my brain there compared to base game CK2. I'm looking for some artifacts to steal. Or, more specifically, anything to steal that's worth going to steal. This guy just has a hand axe. Coastal provinces? Maybe this dude? No? Got coastal duchy. What about the Elven lands? That's a good idea. What's he got? Elvish Sword of Mastery. Excellent. I want it. He's also got tier 3 armor. That would be incredible. Setting the ship right, eh? What's he got? What has he got? Blood of Now? Third Cycle of Life. Wow. Does that say an unusual... Oh, right, and a beard. Right, got it. I thought it said an unusually long tongue. I was going to say, I don't remember that particularly. Yeah, I'd like to grab that sword. That's a really good sword. And because they're in, you know, Noldor, they're Noldor elves, they're going to have a pretty decent amount of cash too, I'd imagine, seeing it's quite an old kingdom. Yeah, that's good. I'm in. Let's go ahead and steal from those lovely boys over there. Let's raise some troops. Might as well do something while we wait for our truces to expire. And I generally tend to forget that we can actually do this. Oh, God, rally points, please. All right, Umbar. And we are playing in Umbar, so it only makes sense that we would be the Corsairs of Umbar as well. Umbar. We're going to give it its reputation, I think. Alright, good. Where's our retinue? Great question. It's probably this 251 here. Why is it all the way... Wait, is that our retinue? Yeah, it's got to be. 250 cavalry. Must be. Yeah, there we go. Black Numenorian Knights. Awesome. Speaking of which, can we actually get an increased retinue size? We can. We can only get Mumakil, though. 900 cap, really? Cap usage? Huh, 1,125. Okay, we'll get ourselves a couple of elephants there. We'll get ourselves 4 elephants and a good 600 archers to go along with it. That seems pretty appropriate. Alright, and our keep us with moat number. Sweet, alright. That will reinforce as we're away. Let's go grab ourselves a sword. About to arrive at Mithlond, the capital of the Noldor Elves. Mithlond, the capital of the Noldor Elves. Now, there's also a republic here. Probably worth going ahead and seeing what they've got for me on the way out as well. Have we got enough Oh, hang on. Oh, 150. I think we'll be fine. All your martial practices improved your skill. Excellent. Just what I wanted to hear. Now, can we assault it down? That's the real quick. Can we at least siege it down? Yes, we can. Nowhere near enough men to deal with this. I'm hoping we'll get some pretty good artifacts, because that's mainly the reason I'm here. Obviously, we'll get a shit ton of gold as well, I assume. They do seem to have a pretty decent amount stashed away here. Well, sorry guys, but unfortunately I've got a completely game-breaking bug here. So whenever I get to the 26th of some months do it, some months don't. The game is just completely black screening and crashing out on me here. I've gone back to the oldest save that I've got, and it's still having the same issue. So we're going to have to leave it there, unfortunately. There's not much I can really do about it. You know, I've got the stream coming up soon. I've already dedicated a shit ton of time to trying to see what the issue is. I'll keep going ahead in the time after the stream with what time I've got. And I'll see if I can come up with some sort of fix. I'll see if I can go via the error log and fix whatever's causing the issue. If not, the dev has told me that there is a very old version available of the mod. Well, Charlemagne, so it's not that old. For CK2 2.2.2, which I think was Charlemagne. So if we wanted to play that, if you're interested in the Middle-earth project, you want to see me do some more of it, we'll dive into an older version of CK2. We'll dive into an older version of the Middle-earth project that's stable, that should be crash-free, and we'll check it out. We'll see what differences there are. But again, I'll wait on you guys to decide on that. I'll keep trying to fix this one in the meantime, but if it's not looking good, that will be a backup plan. But again, I want to know what people think before I do that, or whether it's worth moving on until maybe this one's got some more fixes. Let me know. I apologise for the short episode, but I've genuinely got nothing else I can really do at this point. So, hopefully, I will see you next time.